Oi.
Wow, my voice is still not right. Welcome to another episode of The Wave. My name is Adam.
My name's Nick. It's the news and chat show from the world famous Bottom of the Stream podcast. We're here. We're usually weekly, but we weren't here last week.
Yeah, we're back.
Because sickness.
Yeah, I've been quite ill.
Like, I've never known you to be this ill.
I don't get ill very often. It's very rare. But I've still got no... You could probably still hear it in my voice a little bit. I've got no volume in my voice. I can't shout.
You could not spake.
I could not spake. I couldn't have recorded last week.
No.
It was horrendous. It was so bad.
We did have to have a bit of an impromptu week off, but
I'm all good now and we are back.
Exactly. And
so we've got a bumper wave.
We've got lots of news, lots of chat. We've got a game.
Cool.
We've got a real talk.
Yep.
So it's going to be a great episode.
I've been watching lots of things in the meantime on my sick bed.
And
some things to talk about.
It means that we'll be back on Thursday as well to talk about this week's movie.
It does indeed. Woo. I don't know why I said woo.
Bring it back.
It does indeed mean that, yes. We'll talk about go-karts, an Australian sports movie.
Sports. Absolutely. Love the sports. Be back in this very feed on Thursday for that. But, well, have you been doing anything?
No, I've not left the house barely.
Out of your sick bed?
I've not really done anything. It's only the last couple of days where I felt like top-notch. Well, not even top-notch, but human again. How about you? Have you been up to much? Have I missed anything in your life?
I mean, nothing too exciting. Boring adult life stuff, which I won't really go onto on the podcast because it probably doesn't make good listening and no one really cares. But we did get together on Sunday virtually, didn't we?
We did. Virtual get together.
We didn't have an episode last week, but we did feel well enough to have a watch along in our Discord.
Our semi-annual watch-alongs. We just do them very rare. Semi-annual.
I would say every month-ish.
6 weeks, a month, 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 months. Yeah, we did. We watched the new Winnie the Pooh movie.
Yeah.
Not the Disney version.
There was not a Disney-ification in sight, was there? This was Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey.
Blood and Honey.
Which, I mean, I have certainly seen a lot of ads, thumbnails and what have you for it on my social algorithms.
Yeah, it seems to be getting out there.
Few months.
It's done good money.
Probably because I mostly talk about movies.
It's done good money in the States.
And we watched that, didn't we?
We did.
And that was an experience.
It was.
Should we talk about that movie?
Briefly, I guess.
Because we have watched it, and we do talk about what we've watched.
I don't know if it is out or if it's even coming out over here yet. So
there are ways and means.
Yeah, there are ways and means.
Look, it was not a fun time.
It was not what I was expecting. I was expecting a really fun play on... Some of the Winnie the Pooh characters have fallen out of copyright. Correct. Is what's happened. So they now can be used in the world to do whatever you want with them. And so somebody's thought, I'm going to make a really gruesome horror movie with them.
Sure.
And not make it fun, just make it really, really bleak.
And the premise is that basically Christopher Robin has abandoned his friends.
Yeah, he went off to university.
Got a job, got married.
A job, fell in love. Left his friends in the woods together.
Yeah, they kind of gone... Feral and murder people.
And each other.
Yeah.
The film starts off with them eating eel. Because he's still under copyright, so they can't use that one. Yeah, it was... so that should be fun. It should be a silly, stupid horror movie.
Tongue-in-cheek.
Tongue-in-cheek. Loads of little hidden references in there.
Have a laugh with it.
I wasn't expecting...
It was bleak.
Bleak, grisly, gruesome, visceral horror movie with a Winnie the Pooh / Michael Myers main character.
I mean... It wasn't for me. I knew it wasn't for me. But you're the horror guy.
Yeah.
Was it?
As a horror movie, it's not bad. It's not what it should be, though. It should be whimsical and fun and silly. And it wasn't silly enough.
It was grim.
It was really... Even the end was really bleak.
Yeah.
And no, it wasn't for me. I've watched the sequel. There's a sequel already been commissioned. It's been made for $100,000 budget and it's made $4 million at the box office. It's a super success. And the sequel's already been commissioned from it.
I admire the chutzpah of someone going, yeah, there's a gap here. These fell out of copyright. I'm jumping on that. I can make some money.
Yeah, and the director's said he's got a few different things in mind for different
similar
characters.
Properties.
Yeah, he's working on a Bambi movie next.
Yeah.
Peter Pan, some of their characters have gone. So,
but I thought this was a pretty joyless ride.
Yeah, it was. It was just bleak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would not recommend.
No.
Personally.
Same. I wouldn't either.
But I know a lot of people will go and check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
Because the gimmick, like I say.
It lives and dies on its gimmick completely.
It's a decent idea.
Yeah, it's just executed. It's not how I would have done it.
But man, it's grim.
It's grim.
Grim movie.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on from that. Shall we talk some Netflix news?
Let's do some news. Some of which I've wrote... Because we weren't here last week, there's a combination of the news I'd already written.
Yeah, we weren't prepared to go last week, but,
and some extra news for this week.
Cancelled at the last minute.
And I'm tailoring this one for you right off the bat. This has come a bit out of left field, I think.
Yeah. No.
So, Chris Carter,
yes,
he of the X-Files,
he is
Millennium
the man who made
fame.
The X-Files, yes,
I think they're pretty much the only things I'm aware he's done. Did an interview recently with the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, and he kind of just dropped in there partway through this interview that I just spoke. I'll give you the exact words. I just spoke to a young man, Ryan Coogler,
pretty famous man.
Yeah, he of Black Panther, Creed fame.
Yeah,
you know, he's right up there at the top of the Hollywood
100%
charts at the minute. Chris Carter continues, he is going to remount the X-Files with a diverse cast. He's got his work cut out for him because originally we covered so much territory. How about that? Is that going to be high on? Ryan Coogler could do anything he wants. No, I love the X-Files, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But he could do anything he wants. And he's going to reboot the X-Files?
Yeah. Seems it's a strange decision.
Now, I would presume he would get it up and running and then...
Yeah, he's not going to direct every episode, that's for sure. No,
sure.
He's going to be involved in the casting and the creation of it. But I don't know, I feel like the world could... There is space in the world for an X-Files reboot.
But we don't need Mulder and Scully back,
No,
do we?
we don't. Absolutely don't. And
that's played out, that's been done.
But you can... There is a modern day story there to tell, I would think.
Yeah.
But you've got to start again. You can't reference anything from the past. I think
no.
You've literally
clean
got
break,
complete new reboot.
So then is it even the X-Files? I don't know.
Yeah, there is that as well.
Does it become
you can use
Fringe or something?
You can use like Easter eggs and stuff.
Sure.
And things like that.
You're going to have cameos from
cameos and
David Duchovny once a season, aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean, part of this story also seems to come from, so not just those words from Carter himself, but a couple of years ago, so 2021, Ryan Coogler's production company, Proximity, did sign a deal with Disney to develop TV programs for their related channels and streaming services. So, you know, Fox owns the X-Files rights, so yeah, you could see how this maybe starts to fit together. We've said it before, Disney wants content.
It's all about content for Disney.
Yeah.
It's one to keep your eye on for definite. Is it really the X-Files without Mulder and Scully? That's the thing.
But it's come back twice already with them, hasn't it?
Yeah. Then it came back briefly without them, didn't it, as well?
Yeah.
There was like a spin-off.
There's been, 2 movies? Gillian Anderson's too busy to do the X-Files, surely.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
We'll see.
Duchovny's not.
Well, okay. We'll see what happens with that one.
We'll keep our eye on that one. Next.
I think the biggest hitter on Netflix whilst we've been off for a couple of weeks is worth mentioning. And that is The Night Agent.
Yeah, new TV show.
Yeah. It's already been renewed for a second season at Netflix.
This surprised me. It took me off my feet a little bit when I read this because it hasn't even been out for 28 days yet.
No.
So how this algorithm that we know they use hasn't kicked in yet. So they must be pleased with something.
So the first week, it was actually tracking as I think only behind Wednesday and Stranger Things, as in first week figures. I think it's fallen away a little bit, and I think it's in third.
Oh, really?
Because I think maybe behind a Bridgerton, but it was just ahead of Inventing Anna in the all-time sort of TV debut viewing hours. So
that's impressive then for the first few weeks. Yeah.
So they've struck while the iron is hot. 168 million hours watched. And that was just in its first weekend. So, second season will arrive. Netflix has already announced 2024 and will be another 10 episodes.
Do we know anything about it?
The Night Agent is, so basically it's about a guy who works in the White House on his own in the basement. His phone never rings. His phone rings and he's thrust into the cusp of action.
Okay.
That's literally all I know about it.
Not seen any of it.
No, have you?
No, I haven't.
But I have seen the trailer and it looks good.
I might check it out. If it's doing that well, it's got to have something going for it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check that out. When actually, I am short of a show at the minute, so maybe I will give it a try.
Okay. Good.
Next
is the news that Netflix is mounting I don't think is it a reboot, a reimagining. I'll cut to it. They're making Man on Fire, but as a TV show. That's the Denzel Washington movie from probably 15 to 20 years ago.
I was going to say, you're talking 20, but...
Which is a great movie.
Yes, it is. It's a really great movie.
Absolutely fantastic movie. Netflix have commissioned a Man on Fire TV show. It will be an 8-episode season. Has been handed a straight-to-series order. It will be written by Kyle Killen, who was behind Fear Street. He has been appointed the showrunner of the series. And the first series is going to adapt the first 2 books in the series, which is Man on Fire, which is from 1980.
Oh, wow, okay.
And its sequel from 1992, The Perfect Kill. There are more books to pull material from. Should this be a success for Netflix?
It's interesting that the sequel came 12 years later.
Sure.
And then in the next 3 years, there was another 4 of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is interesting.
Yeah. 2004.
So nearly 20 years.
Yeah.
It's a good film. I remember having on VHS back in the day.
Yeah, it was one of the sisters, wasn't it? First, who broke through.
Yeah.
In it. Why am I going blank? They're not the one who's in Super 8, her sister.
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean, but I'm going blank as well.
Dakota Fanning.
Yes.
Thank you. Got her somewhere in the end.
Cool. Okay, that's good. That's good to know.
Yeah, there is a statement from Netflix on it. The Netflix series will tell the story of John Creasy, a broken ex-mercenary on a mission to avenge the death of his only friend while protecting his fallen comrade's daughter from the forces that destroyed her family. This is just making me want to go back and watch Man on Fire.
Don't be surprised if it turns up on Netflix in the next few weeks. I wouldn't think.
I mean, it would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yes. Don't be surprised to see it. Next. I've still got no volume in my voice. Can you hear it? It's terrible.
Do you like Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
Great film.
Do you like anime?
Yeah.
Do you like to see them combined?
Why not?
Because Edgar Wright says that the Scott Pilgrim anime series is imminent.
Okay.
And it will be arriving on Netflix.
Cool.
Furthermore,
Edgar
Wright says the whole cast is returning for voice duties.
From the film?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So is it a sequel or is it a reboot or
so
what is it?
So Edgar Wright's official tweet says, "This is not a drill. This is happening. After much musing over the years about there being potential for an anime adaptation of Scott Pilgrim, I'm thrilled to say that one is imminent with the whole cast back together, and you are going to lose your minds."
Interesting.
So
I suppose there's more to that story than what was shown in the film, so it could just be a.
I mean, there's a whole slew of graphic novels, isn't there? I mean,
it's quite a cast as well. Though,
I haven't seen it for a few years.
No,
but if you remember how many, I would say it was a big name cast anyway, and then most of them have gone on to absolute superstardom. Apart from Michael Cera, where did he go? But
what happened to him?
Michael Cera, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Chris Evans, Brandon Ruth, Mae Whitman, Jason Schwartzman, Kieran Culkin, Anna Kendrick, Brie Larson, Aubrey Plaza, Alison Pill, Mark Webber, Johnny Simmons, to name but a few.
Wow.
And
they're all coming back. That must cost a lot of money.
All that Edgar Wright has said, in addition, is it doesn't just expand the universe. It also, you just have to watch it.
Oh, that's a bit of a tease. You big tease, Edgar.
There is no confirmation if Beck is returning to write the songs.
Oh, that'd be even better.
Movie. So
cool. Okay, yeah, we'll keep our eye on that one as well. That's quite interesting. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, 100%. We know that Netflix loves a sports documentary.
We do.
And we've had a conversation before on this movie about how niche sport could you get into and have a documentary about. Well, how about sumo wrestling?
That's pretty niche.
I guess it's a big appeal to the Japanese Netflix subscribers because you will soon be able to watch Sanctuary, a show that Netflix says will explore the gritty underbelly of Japan's professional sumo wrestling tradition.
Cool. You could also have called it Drive to Survive.
Oh, could you?
Because you drive them off the mat, don't you? That's the whole point of sumo wrestling. You drive into each other as huge car units.
I'm just going to continue pushing this. All their sports stuff could just be called Drive to Survive.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know why it isn't.
May the 4th
be with you.
It's the traditional sumo wrestling show.
I will watch that because that sort of thing does interest me.
Okay, good.
I like the idea of a gritty underbelly of Japanese sports.
I mean, they wrestle in sand and they've got quite big stomachs, so they're gritty always going to have a gritty underbelly.
That's rank.
Okay.
Next.
Someone else who is getting a commission from Netflix is Mae Martin.
I've got a crush on Mae Martin. Not going to lie to you.
Have you seen her stand-up that recently came onto Netflix?
I have.
Are you going to talk about it later?
I haven't put it on my list.
Okay. Do you want to mention it now?
But I can mention it now. It's really good.
Yes.
It's called SAP.
Yeah.
She's
lovely, isn't she?
She's amazing. I've absolutely fallen in love with her. She's great. It is a really good stand-up. It's not your traditional stand-up comedy show, I wouldn't say. It's not like laugh out loud funny, but some of the stories that she tells are really, really, really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Mae Martin, if you do not know, is a Canadian stand-up comedian / actor. And Netflix have confirmed that she will have an 8-episode series coming soon called Tall Pines.
Excellent.
They say it is an 8-episode series set in a pleasant yet sinister town looking at the insidious, troubled teen industry and struggles between generations. She will star and showrun Tall Pines.
Oh, right. Okay, cool.
Mae Martin said, Tall Pines is a story I've been dying to tell for years. I am beyond excited for people to see what we have in store. It is going to be an insane roller coaster and so different to anything I have done before. It will be filmed in Canada later this year.
Excellent. We'll definitely keep our eye on that one.
100%. Yeah. Mae Martin is also, if you are of that persuasion, on the latest series of Taskmaster.
Current series of Taskmaster, absolutely.
Which started last week.
Yes.
So, also check that out.
Absolutely. Next
in our Netflix news is, I've got to say, someone who does really well out of working with Netflix, and that is Ali Wong, who you can see just this week. In fact, today, I think, as we record, Beef has just debuted on Netflix.
Has indeed.
She will also lead a new animated series for Netflix called Gentry Chow versus the Underworld. Wong will also executive produce in what is described as a supernatural actioner.
Sounds fun.
It does indeed. A supernatural action series from first-time showrunner Echo Wu.
Great name.
Amazing name. Lucy Liu, Jimmy O Yang, Tori Tan Chin, Shang Wang, and Wusoo Kim are also set to voice star. But Ali Wong will play the lead, Gentry Chow, who, whilst living in a small Texas town, discovers a demon king is hunting her for the very same powers she has worked to repress her entire life. As a result, Gentry must balance the horrors of high school and fight an underworld's worth of monsters. But she'll get a little help from her weapons expert great aunt and a millennia-old Jiangxi, also known as a Chinese hopping vampire.
That sounds fun. Chinese hopping vampires sound fun.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Can I just name check the animation studio producing it?
You can.
Titmouse.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Titmouse. I love that. They live in the gritty underbellies.
Yes. You don't want to find a titmouse in your gritty underbelly.
Certainly don't.
We talked about May Martin.
Yep.
So that was the first bit of Martin news.
Oh, I love Martin news.
The second bit of Martin news is that Martin Scorsese has announced details of his next movie. It's his first movie since The Irishman.
Oh, wow. That seems a long time ago.
2019.
Really? 4 years? Wow.
Yeah. But but if you started watching it in 2019, you might have just about finished it.
Yeah.
So there you go. His next movie is Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh, sounds fun.
And will star Robert De Niro.
No.
And Leonardo DiCaprio.
Excellent.
Who have both worked extensively with Scorsese, but I don't think together. But they are now. And also, Brendan Fraser's in it.
Oh, amazing. That's me sold.
Continuing his comeback. It will arrive in October. It's interestingly produced by Apple Studios, but it will not be going straight to Apple TV Plus because first it will go to cinemas for a limited release for 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then later, as a yet unspecified date, to Apple. Killers of the Flower Moon is based on David Grann's non-fiction book of the same name. It's set in 1920s Oklahoma and depicts the serial murder of members of the oil-wealthy Osage Nation, a string of brutal crimes that came to be known as the Reign of Terror. Also on board, Lily Gladstone, Jesse Plemons, Cara Jade Myers, Janae Collins, Gillian Dion, and Tantu Cardinal.
What a great name that is. The Flower Moon sounds quite nice, but that synopsis doesn't make it sound like it's going to be nice.
It sure doesn't. It's a big thing. A Scorsese movie is a big thing.
It really is.
It will have its world premiere this May at Cannes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So, yeah.
It's interesting.
Could be Prime Awards fodder.
Netflix caused a lot of controversy when they released Glass Onion for 2 weeks at a cinema.
Sure.
And I wonder if this will have the same sort of
Do you think
backlash.
Do you think it will have the same sort of headlines?
No,
I'm sure
I think
won't.
it will. Next.
In something I didn't think we really needed. Should we say a lot about remakes?
Yeah, we do.
Or reboots, reimaginings, however you want to slice and dice them. Is an Alfred Hitchcock movie remake.
Yeah.
And it's if I like a lot of Hitchcock's movies.
Yeah.
If I had to absolutely choose one, I might choose this one.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And that's Vertigo.
Yeah. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
But it has maybe aged a little bit slower than the rest of them.
Yeah. And Paramount who did produce the original back in 1958, are pushing forward with a remake. And who is interested in starring in this movie? None other than Iron Man himself, Robert Downey Jr.
RDJ.
Yeah.
Hitchcock remakes don't typically do well.
No.
Have you seen the Christopher Reeve's Rear Window remake?
I think I did, way back. And wasn't that really weird? Remember when Gus Van Sant did the shot-for-shot remake of Psycho?
Yeah, literally exactly the same movie.
Like, that was the marketing. We've done a shot-for-shot remake.
Why?
Yeah.
Why
and
have you
Hesh,
done that?
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
That's really weird.
When you're thinking about it now, yeah, it is really weird.
I mean, do you think it was weird at the time? I don't know. Probably never give it any thought.
No,
but,
I didn't. But now you've just said it. That is really weird. No, that Rear Window with Christopher Reeves is it's dreadful.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll say Robert Downey Jr. is dependable these days, I guess.
Of course.
He's a banker.
But, yeah, I don't know. Do we need to go back to that? I'm not sure.
There's no original ideas anymore. Let's go back to the 50s and start remaking films. Not sure on that.
What's better, right then? What's better, or is they both as bad as each other? Is it to go and remake something like Vertigo for no apparent reason? Or is it Disney remaking animated films from 10 years ago?
I guess.
Or are they both just a complete waste of time?
They're both a complete waste of time. But I guess the remake of the older movies is better.
I suppose this is less of an obvious cash grab because I don't care who's in it. A remake of Vertigo is not going to bust blocks, is it?
No. I don't know. I'm not sure.
But if Iron Man wants to do it, he can probably get it off the ground, can't he?
Yeah, of course he can. He can pretty much do whatever he wants now.
So, yeah.
Don't look good in that picture, though, does he?
Old Baldy Downey Jr.
Robert Baldy Jr.
Talking of juniors, a chip off the old block is Destry Allen Spielberg.
Oh.
Who will be making her directorial debut.
Okay.
Yeah, the Spielberg offspring have arrived.
So the father retires and the daughter comes in.
And the directorial debut will star Michelle Dockery.
It sounds like you're saying Doherty wrong.
Yeah. And it's a horror movie.
Okay.
Called Please Don't Feed the Children.
Oh, dear.
A psychological thriller which is set after a viral outbreak has ravaged the country's adult population. A group of orphans head south in search of a new life, only to find themselves at the mercy of a deranged woman harbouring a dangerous secret.
Sounds quite good.
Spielberg said, not that one, I am so grateful to have the opportunity to bring this story to the screen with such a collaborative and inspirational team. This picture is so much more than just a horror film. It is a dream come true to work with a talent such as Michelle Dockery.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
Spielberg making a horror movie. I like it. I'm interested. Yeah. The synopsis is good. I don't mind a group of orphan children going on a ravaging run. Yeah, keep her eye on it. Let's see what she can do. She's half as good as her dad. She's going to make good films. Any more for any more?
Should have gone with a pseudonym.
Do you reckon?
It's a bit more difficult to do as a film director.
Her name's Desiree. Just go with that. Destry.
Yeah, Spielberg Jr. is coming.
Cool. Any more for any more?
That's all the news.
Excellent. Have you watched anything good at the top of the screen?
I probably have, but I haven't written anything down, so I'm just going to blag it. I'm still watching The Mandalorian. I feel it plateaued the last couple of weeks.
Oh, really?
To be honest.
Oh, that's not
yeah,
good.
like a real sort of treading water.
A bit of a filler.
Yeah, like there seems to be a developing thing with Star Wars things, and particularly the series. Like I feel like the Mandalorian himself hasn't really been in it as much, and definitely not Baby Yoda.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's really been punted to the sidelines. So.
Okay.
But there's only like 2 episodes left now, so may as well carry on.
Is it done after that, or is it coming
No, I don't think so. I think it will just be absolutely ridden until it is dry.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
Is my expectation with that. But there you go. Yeah, so I've watched that. I've still not finished Alice in Borderland.
Okay.
I need to try and get to the end of that.
Are you struggling with it?
Yeah.
I nearly started it the other night, and then I was like, because you've been so negative about it, I didn't bother.
Like I said before, not bad.
Yeah.
Just
not good.
Not great.
Okay, fair.
I think, look, I've still got something out of it, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it feels like a slog compared to the first season.
Do you feel like it is, though? It is just a cash grab because it would never have had a second season had it not been for Squid Game. It was only ever commissioned for...
I enjoyed those snappy 45-minute... Maybe the first series, maybe the last one was an hour.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily... It's not all down to runtime, don't get me wrong. But I'm having to split it up because I can't just sit down and watch an hour and 20-minute episode.
No. I get you.
Well, I can sometimes, but not often.
Yeah.
If I've just got... Like before, if I had 45 minutes, yeah, fine, I'll watch one. And it's just... Makes everything much
We were
more
talking
difficult.
about film run times the other week, and I said no film should be more than 3 hours long. I don't think no TV episode should be more than an hour.
Yeah, you can find an edit point to turn it into an extra episode.
Yeah.
I'd rather have 5 more episodes than they're all being an hour long.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fine.
Yes, agreed.
It's where I am in life, sorry.
I'm with you. I'm completely with you.
There is probably more, which might come back to me as we're talking.
Okay.
But I will pass the baton over to you.
It's the baton over. I watched a couple of movies.
Cool.
I watched Tetris.
Oh, how was that?
On Apple TV. It's come out on Apple TV last Friday. It's really good.
I hear it's good.
It's really good. I was surprised. It wasn't what I was expecting.
Okay.
Because it isn't a movie about the game, really. It's a movie about how certain people tried to get the rights to the game out of Russia during the Cold War.
Okay.
And it was all about the...
It's a bit espionage.
Yeah, a little bit. It's a little bit... It's like, somebody described it as like the social network.
That's exactly the movie I had in my head.
It's exactly what it is. It's the social network with blocks. I think that's how somebody described it.
With
I really
Eastern
enjoyed
blocks?
it. Yeah, exactly. I think that's the pun they were heading towards. I really enjoyed it. It's about 2 hours long, I think. There's Robert Maxwell's portrayed in it.
Of course.
Lovely. Because he was trying to get the rights to Tetris. And the guy who plays him is fantastic. Okay. I don't know who it is, apologies, but he was really good. Taron Egerton's really good. Yeah, I'd highly recommend it. Check it out.
Awesome.
It's a good little thriller, I guess. Not even a thriller, just I don't really know what it is. It's just a good little... Drama, yeah. And then I watched, on the opposite end of the scale, I think I might have been having bottom of the stream withdrawal symptoms.
Quite possibly.
Because I watched The Deep House,
okay,
which is in the Netflix charts this week, so it doesn't actually qualify to go on our long list. But I watched it. I'd nearly put it on the long list, and that's why I watched it.
What's The Deep House?
The Deep House is a horror movie.
Okay.
About a couple who go looking for abandoned buildings.
Cool.
Basically, they're
like one of these YouTube channels.
Yeah, that's exactly
things.
what they are. They're YouTubers who go around. The film starts in Ukraine, where they find a abandoned building in the middle of nowhere.
Stayed in an abandoned hotel for 24 hours.
Basically that. They get told of a town that has been submerged by a dam's creation in the 70s, 80s. And so they want to go and find this hidden secret of a town in France.
Yeah.
And when they get there, it's a tourist spot, and there's speedboats on this reservoir and all this. And then they bump into a mysterious stranger.
Oh, there's always a mysterious stranger.
He tells them about a house that was out of the town, and nobody knows it's there, but it's now been submerged underwater.
Right.
By this, when they built this dam. So these people decide they're going to go and explore this house, underwater house.
Yeah.
Turns out, fucking thing's haunted, isn't it?
No way.
Yeah. Way.
Like underwater ghosts?
Underwater
ghosts. Is it ghosts of things that were underwater or ghosts of people? It's not like
ghosts of people. So when they get to the house is completely, fully preserved.
Yeah.
That everything...
They've got like full-on dive gear and shit.
Yeah. Everything's still as it was in the house. The beds are all still there. All the furniture's still there.
Of course.
Pictures are still on the
Not
wall.
floated away.
No, nothing's floated away.
Okay.
There's a couple of chairs floating about, but that's about it. The house has been completely sealed off before it was submerged, so all the windows and doors are all gated off, like steel. But for some reason, they forgot the loft window.
Oh,
so they're getting through the loft window, and they can't get out again.
Oh, man.
Because somebody bricks it up while they're under there.
No way.
Don't ask me. I think it must have been the ghosts.
Ghosts can't mortar.
These ones can. They eventually find some dead bodies in there. They find all sorts going on. It's quite good until it isn't.
Right, and as is the way with these.
Yeah, as is the last 45 minutes are pretty dire, and the ending is wow. The ending's bad.
Is it better than Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey?
Yes.
I'm just looking for a benchmark.
Marginally better. It's the sort of film we should have done.
It sounds absolutely terrible, but you've kind of made me want to check it out. I'm not.
I'll tell you the ending afterwards, and you won't want to. Yeah, it's pretty. It's the sort of thing we would have done on the show, and it would have ended up.
Is it? Don't tell me. I would write it like the old. Oh, it was just a dream thing, right? Yeah. But it was a dream, but she was in the bath when she fell asleep.
I will when we finish recording. I'll tell you.
Okay, fine.
Then I don't know why I've watched this, but I have. I watched a TV show.
Okay.
That's on Netflix. It's in the charts on Netflix. It's called Wellmania.
Sure.
Heard of this?
I don't really know what it is, but I've seen that it's around.
That's why I watched it, because I was like, this is in the charts. I don't know what it is. I'm not watched the first episode. Okay. Half an hour episode. Made me laugh quite a lot. So I watched the rest of it.
What is it?
It's all right. It is a comedy, Australian comedy, about a lady who has moved to New York.
Yeah, I know it.
Do you?
Yeah. My wife had it on when I came home the other night.
You didn't know what it was, and now you do know what it was.
I've seen like half an episode of it.
Okay, yeah. So she's a food. She moved to New York. She became a food critic. She's quite high up. Food critic.
She was just talking about her asshole for 15 minutes.
She talks about her asshole quite a lot. Yeah. She goes back to Australia to go to her brother's wedding or something like that. When she gets there, she loses the green card, so she has to apply for another one, and she fails the attempt to get it because she's really unfit. So she has to try and get fit, get healthy, and get back to New York.
Yes. Because
she's been offered a job as a TV show judge, which is what she's always wanted to be. And it's the story of how she gets back out of Australia, and it's funny. It's pretty funny.
I mean, I've got to say,
it isn't my sort of thing. I don't know why I watched it, but I quite enjoyed it. I watched it all.
There's something I find quite endearing, and that sort of the Australian sense of humour tends to go down quite well with me. And I agree. Well, I mean, we'll talk about go-karts on Thursday.
Yeah, absolutely.
An Australian movie as well. So that'll be interesting to mention that as well. So yeah, I have unknowingly
watched a bit of it.
I've watched about half an episode, maybe a bit more than half an episode. And yeah, I thought it was quite
quite funny.
Good.
I watched the whole thing, so it must have been all right.
Excellent.
But it's just not the sort of thing I'd normally sit and watch. Yeah. So yeah, I was quite.
So it must have captured you.
Yeah, something captured me, and the main character's really good.
Yeah,
she's just funny. Then I watched the Murdoch Murders.
Oh, the Murders. That's been out for a while now on Netflix. But I had a bit of an inkling for a true crime. Okay.
I think it was Sunday night. So I thought I watched the first one, ended up watching all three, and that was quite good as well.
Excellent.
It's all right. It's weird. The stories, how it all comes together is very strange.
Okay.
But I quite enjoyed it. I'd recommend it.
Standard Netflix.
Yeah,
true crime
drama.
Template.
They're good they know what they're doing. They're good at what they do.
Yeah.
Netflix's true crime dramas are good. Simple as that, isn't it?
Nice.
And then I've started a show on Amazon Prime called The Power.
Right.
Have you heard of this?
I don't know.
It's Toni Collette's new show.
Oh, I think I think
the
I have seen
main lady in this new show. Basically, all teenage girls get the ability to control electricity out of nowhere. Nobody knows why, or how, or what for, and it's how the world deals with all these powerful women all of a sudden.
What a worker Toni Collette is.
She never stops.
Yeah.
She never stops. It's unusual to see something that's not a horror film with her in, but it was nice to see her actually do some acting. Yeah, these girls just all of a sudden get the ability to.
Would you recommend?
It's coming out weekly.
Yeah.
There's been 3 so far, and I've enjoyed the first 3. I've watched them all, so it must be all right.
Nice.
Yeah, it's quite good. It's just it basically follows 6 or 7 different women from all around the world.
Good.
Tells their story and how they start to deal with this new power that they've got. So yeah, it's all right.
Good.
That's it. That's all I've watched, I think. There might be more. I did watch the Mae Martin stand-up, as we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
As well. Mainly because I wanted to know more about it before Taskmaster started. That's the only reason I watched it, but I did quite enjoy it.
Brilliant.
Really good. What do we do next?
Do you want to do real talk or the game?
Shall we do real talk and headline on the game?
Let's do that. I'm
okay.
Absolutely fine with that.
Let's do that.
What was this week's real talk, which was last week's real talk when we didn't record?
Last week's real talk was, what's your favourite sports movie?
Because go-karts is a sport. It's a motorsport.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't run around, do you? But it's a sport.
You don't run. You'd never win a race if you were running. Especially against all the other go-karts.
Not against a go-kart.
Yeah. No. It's what's your favourite sports movie?
Okay.
Simple as that.
Let me open up the Discord. Oh, there's loads of sports movies.
There is.
See what people have got.
I think it's the only genre. I was talking about this at work the other day. I think it's the only genre of movie where every movie's exactly the same. The same, not exactly the same, but the same format, isn't it?
Okay.
For every sports movie is the same.
Yeah.
All of them are. And there isn't many genres where it's that and exorcism movies. They're all the same. And sports movies are all the same.
Okay.
No, it's not a bad thing.
No,
it's just a
format. There's a template, isn't there?
There's a template and a format that works, and
yeah.
you just have to model it. You pick a sport and model a film around it. That template.
I mean, we'll see what some of these replies are, because I think you have a couple of differences in the. You've got I would say, the action sports, where it's actually focused on the sport with someone who's playing that sport, or you get the sort of Jerry Maguire type.
Yeah.
I would say it's a sports movie.
Yeah.
But there's no sport in it.
Yeah.
But that would still count if someone suggested it, I would say.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone has.
I don't think anybody did.
Yeah. But, yeah. Just to make that distinction, I think. So the first reply in the Discord on what is your favourite sports movie was from Wayno, who says, I love a sports movie. There are many great ones, but I am picking Varsity Blues starring James Van Der Beek.
Doesn't surprise me.
Is that a rowing movie?
No, it's American football.
That was an American football movie. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I've never seen it.
I've seen it numerous times with Wayne because when we were younger we used to watch it quite often.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's funny. You should watch it.
Okay.
It might be dated now.
Is it from like when he was in prime of Dawson's?
Yeah, late 90s probably.
Really? Okay.
You keep reading. I'll find out when it.
Yeah, no problem. Ross Cook in the Discord is going
1999.
1999. Wow, last century. Ross Cook is going with Rocky 4.
Rocky 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Dolph Lundgren.
Ah, right. Got you. I'm not up on which Rocky movie's which. I know what they all do, but I couldn't tell you which one was which.
See, if I had to pick a Rocky movie, I think I'd go with 4. It's just the unabashed, over-the-top 80s.
Yeah.
It's probably got the best soundtrack. It's stupid.
Yeah, why not?
It's Rocky. It's Dolph Lundgren and Brigitte Nielsen, and they both look exactly the same, don't they?
How? Don't make me laugh.
Smileyson in the Discord goes with another movie I've not seen. Rush.
I haven't seen Rush.
That's Formula One, isn't it?
Yes.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yes.
Yeah. Sam Mulholland says Rush. Or, as someone's already said, Rush, Creed 2.
Creed 2? I don't know if I've seen Creed 2. I've definitely seen Creed. Is it the third one that's just come out?
Yes. Correct.
I couldn't tell you if I've seen Creed 2 or not. Don't think I have.
Alex in the Discord says, Remember the Titans. That's Denzel, isn't it?
Yes.
That's an American football movie.
Yes.
Correct. Well done.
Well done, Nick. I don't think I've seen it, though.
Chris from the Time Shifters podcast had a question.
Go on.
Does an illegal road race across the country count as a sport?
Yeah, why not?
In which case, his answer is Cannonball from 1976. That is not to be confused with the Cannonball Run films. Which I thought is what he was talking about.
I thought that's where he was heading as well.
Which caused Ross to say, actually, I would nominate Cannonball Run because I'd have it as an honourable mention. I remember that being a movie that was just like, when I was a kid, was on a lot.
Yeah.
Again, I have not seen it for years.
No, not me.
I'm not sure which one I'm going to go with, so I'm just going to throw some movies out.
Okay, sounds good.
I've got 2 on the absolutely stupid side, which I'm not claiming are great, like in the pantheon of great movies, but in my life I have really enjoyed watching them multiple times.
Yeah.
And that would be Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
And Basketball.
Basketball, wow. I haven't thought of Basketball for years.
No, I hadn't before this.
Wow.
Before this topic.
That's another one we used to watch quite regularly.
Yeah, that is one I've seen quite a few times.
Yeah. Good shout.
I might go with Field of Dreams.
Oh, wonderful.
Because it's amazing.
It is amazing. What a wonderful movie that is.
Yeah. I think it might have to be that.
Good shout.
Because it's just amazing. And it's about a sport. But is it really about a sport? It's not really about a sport. It's about a relationship between a father and his son.
Yeah, but it wouldn't exist without baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a baseball movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't follow the genre that all other sports movies
It's not
follow.
in that template.
It is not in that template.
Yeah. I think that's going to be my pick.
Good pick.
How about you?
It's not a genre of movie that I go to very regularly.
Okay.
I don't know if you can tell by the looks of me, but I'm not a very sporty person.
You're going to say like Goal?
No. Goal. They were going to be like a big, like loads
There's
of movies.
about 5 of them.
Yes, there were about 5 of them. I know they were going to be. I think if I'm going to give you a stupid answer, I'm going to give you Blackball.
Okay.
Remember Blackball?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Paul Kay's 10-pin.
My father-in-law had it on DVD. Love that movie.
Lawn Green Bowling movie.
Yeah.
Which is really funny. It is really funny. It's probably 10, 20 years old now.
Sure.
But I think my actual answer is going to have to be Cool Runnings.
Nice.
So I think it has to be. I think
that's nice.
I'm surprised nobody mentioned it in the Discord, to be honest. Cool Runnings is a wonderful movie. Again, follows that same format as all the other ones do.
I like it.
And then you've got films like The Mighty Ducks.
Sure.
Great movies.
Sure.
But yeah, I think Cool Runnings is my answer. But Blackball also, if you're not seeing it, check it out. It's really funny.
I like Cool Runnings as an answer. I think that's cool.
It's cool.
Cool.
And it's just great.
Yeah. Awesome. Good.
Good answers. Good real talk.
Nice.
Thank you for participating, everybody who participated.
Easy for you to say.
No, it wasn't. Nothing's easy for me to say these days. Right, you said you've got a game. What game have we got?
I've got a little game. I have... Usually I try and link a game to like the movie we're watching this week.
Yes.
I haven't done that this week.
Okay.
I just like...
No reason for you to.
No, I just saw that this is a thing that some people are doing on like Instagram and
we're
TikTok
being cool.
and stuff.
We're being trendy.
So we're jumping on a trend.
I like it.
So we're going to blind rank some stuff.
Oh, I've seen a few videos of this as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I got 5 spots.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you some movies in a random order.
And I've just got to rank them without knowing what the next one's going to be.
Exactly.
Okay.
1 to 5.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can pen.
You can.
And I will make note as we go through. I kind of like... There's not really a theme to the movies I've chosen. I've tried to be a bit random.
this is going to really. It's either really. I'm going to be really good at this, or it's going to really annoy me.
Well, this was a thought. I thought because what I can go away happy with after we've finished recording is that if you've put something you really like, even just one place below something you don't like quite as much, you'll be really pissed off.
I will. It will really wind me up. If you give me like The Shining, that's going at number 1 no matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
But then you're going to give me something like The Shawshank Redemption.
But there's only 5.
Okay. So 5 movies, I've got to rank them without knowing what the next one's going to be.
Yeah, I'll give you one at a time. You tell me where you're putting it.
Okay.
And we'll see your logic.
Okay. Hit me with the first one.
Okay. The first one is Hollow Man.
The Kevin Bacon movie?
Yeah, like the Invisible Man type.
I remember when Hollow Man came out that I didn't hate it as much as most people do.
Okay. Do people hate it? I think it's like, I always thought it was regarded as like shit, but good shit.
Yeah, it's just like goofy shit, isn't it? Third.
Hollow Man is going 3rd out of 5.
This is scary. I'm not sure about this game.
Interesting. Okay. Let's go next with Nightmare on Elm Street.
The original?
The original.
I really like that movie. It's going to have to be number 2.
You've set a precedent.
I have.
You've benchmarked Hollow Man in 3rd.
I really have.
So this could be interesting. So Nightmare on Elm Street 2nd.
Yeah, I'm banking on something, I don't know. Oh, this is really hard.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it?
It really is.
I'm quite intrigued of what's going to happen next.
Me too.
I've written Nights twice. That's fine. Okay, fine. I will go next with The Shawshank Redemption.
That's my favourite movie of all time. It's one of my favourite movies of all time. It's got to go to number 1.
Shawshank at number 1.
Oh, damn it.
So, you have filled the top 3.
Oh, I put Hollow Man in the wrong place.
Shawshank Redemption number 1. Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, number 2. Hollow Man at number 3. You've only got number 4 and 5 left. But
I know what you're like, and I know what you're going to throw at me now.
Let's see where you would put Anchorman.
5.
Anchorman.
Happy with that.
5.
No, I'm not. That's not my type of movie.
That make you feel a bit better?
That does make me feel a bit better.
Awesome. So one left. It's got to go number 4.
It's got to go number 4.
At number 4, we are putting... You've ranked these. This is what you think.
But you're really going to annoy me now. I know you are.
Number 4, we are putting... I'm very surprised, to be honest. Jurassic Park.
Oh, wow.
Do you think The Hollow Man is better than Jurassic Park?
Wow.
That is number 1, ranked by Adam, Shawshank Redemption. Number 2, Nightmare on Elm Street. Number 3, Hollow Man. Number 4, Jurassic Park. Didn't like that movie. And number 5, Anchorman. That was fun, wasn't it?
That was fun. I don't hate that list. I know, but I would probably only switch.
What would you have? What
would my actual list be? Shawshank, Jurassic Park, Nightmare on Elm Street, Hollow Man.
That's not too bad. And
Anchorman.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not too bad.
Yeah.
It was fun.
You've just downrated Jurassic Park.
Can we do that again?
Yeah, 100%.
Excellent. I enjoyed that. I might do it for you next week.
Yeah, fine. Consider that a test run.
Yeah, pilot. It's pilot for an
do that every week if you really want. It's there's a lot.
We don't have to do it with doesn't have to be
just
movies either.
No,
TV shows,
potatoes.
I'd struggle ranking 5 different types of potatoes.
You wouldn't.
I don't know 5 different types of potatoes.
Mashed, boiled, roast.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking like breeds of potatoes, not styles of like. Are you talking about?
I'm not going to give you
Maris Piper and King Edwards or whatever. Only 8 I know. I don't even know they are right.
More blind ranking coming.
I like that.
Your way on this show. Fine. Look. Well done.
Thanks.
All commiserations. Whichever one you want, you choose.
Right. Wave done.
I think we're waved out.
Go-karts?
Go-karts.
What about it?
Have you ever been go-karting?
Yes.
Yeah?
With you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is that the last time you went go-karting?
It's the only time I've been go-karting.
Was it the only time you've been go-karting?
I didn't like it.
That was a good one, that was.
Yeah. It's just not for me. I'm not a competitive person, and I think I came last by about 20 minutes. I think I was just pootling around doing the shopping.
just like enjoying the scenery.
Yeah, just enjoying the scenery.
I think I scraped into the final, I believe.
That's a couple of years ago now as well, isn't it? 4 years ago, maybe? Wow.
I don't mind it, but...
it's not for me.
You always, it's one of the, I've been a few times, but it's one of those things, isn't it? You go to these places and there's always the couple of guys there every weekend.
Yeah.
Know all
got their own helmet.
Know all the drifts. I don't know. Is that the word? The racing line.
Clean the carts with their shoes.
Don't get on the marbles.
No. Definitely ignore the marbles.
Yeah. And for more racing chat like that.
We
Come
know
back
our
on
racing
Thursday.
chats. Come back on Thursdays. We're going to talk about Australian go-karting.
I
movie.
literally everything I know about go-karting I've learned in the last week from this movie.
Agreed.
So
Australian go-karting movie. Yeah. Go-karts.
I can't wait.
Not me. Right, let's get out of here then. We'll see you in the same feed on Thursday.
Cheers.
Bye.